Well, it's Friday, so that means hoops across the Heartland. Here's Todd Richards with a preview.
Hi again, everyone. Yes, it's another Friday night of Heartland Hoops. Here's a look at our featured matchups. It doesn't get any better than this one. Our game of the night, Sykeston at Jackson. Luke will be out that way. Hey, that could turn into a game of the year. What a matchup. Also, St. Vincent at Bell City. Leopold plays at Chaffee. Love that matchup as well. Couple of really good teams. And then a doubleheader, boys-girls doubleheader, Gateway Legacy at Cape Central. So that'll keep them busy over there. Another good girls game, Corhay Zoo at Notre Dame. West Frankfort plays at Anna Jones Girls. We talked some Southern Illinois hoops, and we're also talking about that Murfreesboro at Carterville game at the bottom. And let's not forget about the matchup in the middle right there. St. Vincent at Doniphan Girls, two excellent programs that will go head-to-head, and we're going to have all your scores, all your highlights tonight at 10 on Heartland Hoops.